Hello. I've decided to change my drawing stream music to Pizza Tower just to test out some different game soundtracks to see how copyright systems work. So the VOD on Twitch is muted in some parts because of this. I apologize in advance. But if everything's good on YouTube, then I think I'll stick with this soundtrack instead of Undertale and Deltarune. But also, the fact that we got Bye Bye There as our first song is great. I love Bye Bye There. Oh fuck, I picked the wrong PNG tuber display. Hold on, I thought I picked that one. Oopsie. There you go, I got the right tools this time. Oopsie. You didn't see that. You didn't see shit. I'm just kidding. But I wanted to just do some like, chibi practice, and I already saved the file just in case. Just to have that. I've got a couple things I want to talk about today. And I think the first thing I want to talk about, just to get it out of the way, like, I'm pretty sure most people know by now about Akira Toriyama's passing, which happened yesterday. I was literally sleeping when that news came out too. I was dead asleep. The way I found out was actually I had gotten home from my critique and I pretty much immediately went to take a nap, but I decided to put on Iron Mouse's stream just to have like some nice comforting background sound. It was nice. And I woke up around like 10 p.m. my time and I pop up in the chat. I pop up in the stream because, you know, I just woke up and wanted to look at my phone. I see the pinned message is about Akira Toriyama passing, and I was like, what? He what? And the pinned message was like, Iron Mouse knows about Toriyama's passing. She doesn't want to talk about it because she doesn't want to talk about a depressing topic on stream. But the main reason why I'm bringing that up is because like a lot of other people in the Western VTubing scene and just like the art scene on the internet in general, the main reason why I started drawing in the first place was because of Dragon Ball Z, specifically Dragon Ball Z Kai, because the Nicktoons version of Dragon Ball Z Kai was airing whenever I was about 10 years old, and that's the age I started drawing, like, seriously. I mean, I'd been drawing my entire life, but I didn't start drawing until, like, drawing seriously until I was 10 years old, and it was because of Dragon Ball Z Kai. That was a very, very integral part of my childhood and finding my passion for art. So it was pretty heartbreaking. And like, I even started rewatching DBZ Kai recently. And it's nice seeing like the differences between the censored Nicktoons version and the full uncensored version. It's mostly just differences in the way the lines are delivered. I'm not feeling too good about that comment. I'm assuming you don't know, but Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, he passed away yesterday. Okay, good. You really should have put a /J, because some people genuinely feel that way. Yeah, he just passed away. He was 68. Passed away from an acute subdural hematoma. Yeah, it was very upsetting to find out. Like, it's been all over a lot of socials. So I'm surprised you hadn't found out, but you may have been asleep when the news was spreading. Yeah, it's really fucking upsetting. And I just wanted to talk about it real quick because, like, yeah, it fucking sucks. Like, he's been such, like, an integral part of so many people's childhoods. And, like, Dragon Ball in general was extremely important, especially DBZ in the Western audience, because DBZ came out around the time that, like, like English dubs started to become a thing. So it was a super major thing with the introduction of anime to Western audiences. Like, that was, honestly, I think Dragon Ball Z was like a big gateway for a lot of people. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, those were like two of the major, like, gateways into Japanese media for a lot of Western audiences. Like, I've seen a lot of people talk about not just the Dragon Ball series, but also other things Toriyama had worked on, like Chrono Trigger. Really? I think my first anime was probably Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but that's because I was a child with insomnia and I saw it on Toonami whenever I was like 8. And not to mention, my sister really liked anime as well. Every once in a while I talk about my older sister. She was very emo, but I thought it was cool. I thought edgy stuff was cool whenever I was little, but that's because it reminded me of my sister. Like, my favorite, I think one of my top favorite characters ever whenever I was little was probably Shadow the Hedgehog. And he is known as the ultimate edgelord. The ultimate life form, the ultimate edgelord. But I believe I was introduced to Dragon Ball Z Kai through my sister as well. Not directly, but I remember her TV at the time had DBZ Kai on it. And I saw it and, like, I got glued to the TV. I was like, what is this? This is so fucking awesome. Because, like, before that, I had just heard people be like, oh, Dragon Ball Z is for losers. And then, like, I saw it and I was like, people think this is for losers? What? This is so cool. But then I was embarrassed about my love for Dragon Ball Z, because, like, I didn't want to be seen as a loser. So I just kept that to myself. But then, like, towards middle school was whenever I started meeting other people who really liked anime and manga and Dragon Ball, and it was so nice. People who wouldn't judge me for my interest in watching men fight. Yeah, a lot of the times, yeah, the manga is better than anime. I think there are some exceptions though, like for visual sake, Jujutsu Kaisen has a super phenomenal anime, and fucking Demon Slayer anime, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the anime for that is a lot better as well. But that's mostly for the visuals. I do know that there are some animes that cut out content or they add unnecessary content. Like, I am a fan of Fairy Tail, the world's most mid shonen anime. Yeah, manga usually does have more content, but Fairy Tail has a lot of filler. This is very well known. I personally like the manga way better. I am not a big fan of filler, especially whenever you can tell it's filler. And With Fairy Tail, you can tell it when it's filler, because it's noticeably bad. But sometimes some filler is good. And, I watched Fairy Tail when I was in middle school. So it was pretty important to me as well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of shonen manga and anime. I very much enjoy action. I think it's fun. That's very fair. I think Hunter x Hunter has a really, like, enjoyable anime. It's a little more consumable because you can just, like, sit there and listen to it. And besides, the fucking opening is so good. Yes, Hunter x Hunter is great. I haven't watched it in quite some time, but every once in a while I like to revisit the first season. I have this thing with really long anime that I like, where I'll just like revisit. I'll just revisit specific parts that I really like. Oh, it doesn't just get a little dark, it gets really dark. But it's very effective, and it's really good. Also, it took me 7 years to finish Hunter x Hunter. And I have a reason for that. Because like back in like 2013, 2014, Hunter x Hunter was partially on Netflix. And I was a little teenager at that time. So I watched it and I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And Netflix said it had 5 seasons, but that was up only until like partway through the Chimera Ant arc. So there was a lot missing whenever I finished. Actually, I have a better idea for the mouse. So whenever I watched Hunter x Hunter as a teenager, and like it had ended on a cliffhanger on Netflix, I was all like, what the fuck? Honestly, that's partially the same with Fairy Tail as well. Oh, yeah. It really, really does suck. But, continuing on my story about Hunter x Hunter, I remember... Oh, hi! I remember I went so long without being able to finish it because of the fact that only like part of it was on Netflix. And then whenever I was like 20 years old, I'm doing pretty good. I'm a bit exhausted today, and I'm a little sad about recent news about Toriyama. But overall, I'm alright. But I didn't finish Hunter x Hunter until I was like 19 or 20, whenever I was able to watch the full version of it. I was able to find the rest of it on Verve. God, you remember Verve? It's not even a thing anymore. Crunchyroll bought it. But like, I miss Verve because like it was free. You just had to watch ads. And if you had an ad blocker, you didn't have to watch ads either. I really miss it. I was a child. Of course I used Netflix. My parents owned it. My parents still own it, but I don't really use Netflix anymore. Oh shit, it's Women's Day? Hell yeah, women. I know a woman or two, and they're pretty cool. I'll make a post after stream. My sister's a woman, she's pretty cool. Oh, nice! Oh. Oh. Cool. Well, happy name day. Yeah, I'm not a woman either, but I think women are cool. I'm practicing how to do chibis, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But I mean, the title says that, but... I usually do read manga online, yeah. I use various scuffed apps and sometimes browsers to get caught up. Like, I've been, oh my gosh, I used to use Zingbox whenever I was in high school. I miss Zingbox. That was so good. Like, everything was on there. That was how I got introduced to My Hero Academia. I don't really read or watch it anymore, but like back in like 2016 when it first came out, I was all over that shit. I was like, wow, this is so cool. This is so cool. They got powers and shit. And this one doesn't, but then he gets powers. It's so cool. Man, I had stayed caught up with the manga until fairly recently. But like, I got tired of waiting for things to conclude, so I just stopped. Oh yeah. Damn, nice. I have to make a note of that. I usually just like find an app and then hope for the best, but sometimes I'll find a website. Like, I'm using this one called Manga Man. But like, there are several things that are updated and then randomly they just stop updating. Yeah, I feel like it really like slowed down out of nowhere. It just kind of fell off a little bit. And like I love it when people complain about the anime, because like anytime people complain about the anime, they show a smear frame. And it's so funny cuz like you're not supposed to see it still. That's the thing about smear frames. They're ugly for a reason because they convey motion. They're not here to look pretty, they're here to get to the point. You're supposed to see them moving, not still. I love it when people don't understand smear frames, because like I've seen things like analyses of like Disney movies, and I remember one of like The Jungle Book and the snake, and like they showed a smear frame of the snake with 3 eyes, and they were like, there's this theory that the snake is secretly an alien. Oh yeah, VPN is nice for that kind of stuff. Good for non-official things. Just for safety anyway. Oh, I love this song. Oh, I update my follow alert, by the way. It was originally just the still yippee image, but I actually had a GIF with the confetti, but I totally forgot about chroma key and the fact that I could just like green screen the background. Cause like I can't make transparent GIFs. Yeah, exactly, like just like that. And I forgot I forgot how to bypass the whole can't make transparent GIFs thing. And I had actually made the background of the GIF magenta anyway, because a lot of my things, when I have to use green screen, I use a magenta background. Oh, question? My family and I can't use lard when cooking, but my grandpa used to use lard. Pretty yummy. It looks so weird. Like the like Costco container. It's like this big cardboard tube And I remember you just get a big old scoop and throw it in the frying pan. So I can't use lard now for health reasons, but my family has used lard in the past. That's why my late grandpa's fried chicken was so good. So yummy. But I know there's still like a lot of cultures and stuff that use lard regularly. Oh hi! Thanks for the follow! That is a concerning username, but hi! I see you, look! You have perfect timing! I just said that I updated the follow alert to include the confetti. Yeah, it's not very good for you, but it's super yummy. Yeah, the yippee! They just updated it again for the confetti. I love how anytime I talk about updating something like that, somebody's just like, oh, here, let me just... Yippee! This is perfect timing. Alright, I need to move this. It's too close to the top. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? I have a really silly idea. I'm gonna have to perspective this shit though. For my funny idea. This is not perspective yet, but like, I've got this awesome thing I can do. Ding, 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 ding. Whee! Would you rather get stuck in a room full of snakes or a room full of kittens? Well, it depends on the snakes, but obviously, kittens. I think kittens are nice. But, like, some snakes are nice too. It's funny that you're asking me that, because, like, I actually like snakes. I think they're neat. And besides, like, if I had, like, a cat allergy, then I would most definitely pick the snake one. But it definitely depends on the type of snake. There's so many different types of snakes out there. Like, some are poison, or not poisonous, some are venomous, some are territorial, like, yeah. Cheese ban? What do you mean cheese ban? You mean no cheese? I haven't had that much cheese lately. Actually, no, that's a lie. I recently had some queso. It was pretty good. But no cheese? What? I love cheese! Then I guess I'll be in the room of snakes. But like I said, it very much depends on like the species of snake. Because it's easy to be like, snakes! And just assume people see them all as dangerous. But like, if it was like a room of hognose snakes, then I'd be like, hell yeah. But if it was a room of like black mambas, then I'd be like, fuck no. That would kill me immediately. Black mambas are extremely venomous and territorial, and they're mean as fuck. It's crazy. Like, I remember my genetics professor had told a story about going to Africa. I don't remember where in Africa. It was somewhere in like the center. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure you'll pass away before you rot, but like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's amazing how much venom, how many different types of venom will just like eat away at your tissue. It's crazy. Pretty spooky. Enzymes are crazy stuff. Yeah, change the arms. Bad. See, this is why I'm doing chibi practice, because like I never draw chibis. But I remember my genetics professor had told some stories about being in Africa for like studying stuff. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm working on it. This is why we're doing practice. Cause like I'll probably do some more off to the side over here. Need to not spend so much time on this one though. But yeah, it was like about how I think his story was about how there was someone with like yellow fever and what it was like witnessing that in person. But it's been a while since I took genetics, so that's why I can't quite remember. And then I remember this one content creator, Lindsay Nicole, telling some of her own stories about some vocations and study abroad type trips that she did over in Africa, and how the jeep that she was in had run over a black mamba, and when they found it, of course it was dead. Thank goodness it was dead. But yeah, I think the guy that she was riding with was like, "We're lucky it's dead." Because black mambas are scary. And besides that name, Black Mamba? That's some serious shit right there. You don't fuck with the Black Mamba. I probably won't color these chibis, but I did open up my ref sheet just in case. So I've finished up all of my stuff for this half of my semester. And next week is spring break. I also won't be streaming next week, so I'll be putting my Twitch into vacation mode for that specific reason. But I won't just be lazing around and doing nothing. I will be working on a lot of things. Like, I do have some assignments I will still have to do, even over spring break. Well, I probably won't do them during spring break, but I can do them, like, either this weekend or next weekend. But I might have an exam during spring break, which would be bullshit, but like, I don't know. Sometimes online classes are stupid like that. I don't know, I have one online class, and I remember seeing my professor talk about our exam. And it was a little like, no, I swear if it's on spring break, I'm going to riot. Besides, that would just be a bad time for all students anyway, since most people tend to travel a little bit during spring break. I'm not. I'm gonna be working on stream stuff. Yeah, it's our first little chibi. Honestly, that's getting to the point where I don't even know if you're joking anymore. Because I know it started with that please show feet person that followed me. But it's like every time you pop into chat, there's a foot mention at some point. Because like I just see it as like a joke, kind of. I'm just like, it's kind of funny. And I only see it as a joke because some people are a little over the top about it. I think it's kind of funny. But also, that's because of the fact that I'm so indifferent about feet anyway. Let's see. Oop. Ooh, you know, I right before stream yeah, I figured it'd be a joke. I just wanted to check to make sure. Cause some feet people are like genuinely like that. I've seen it on like Twitter and stuff where they're like, please show feet, please, 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 please. And it's like, chill out. Come on. You don't need to beg that much. It's from Pizza Tower. It's the Pizza Tower soundtrack. I changed things up a little bit because of the whole deal with Materia Music copywriting Undertale and Deltarune music all to hell. And I only decided to change it now because they finally started attacking my Twitch VODs. I actually posted about it on Twitter, and I also posted about it in the Discord server. I do think it's a little silly, the whole feet thing. Just because of my own history with my foot health. Like, some people are like, ew, feet are so weird. And some people are like, please, 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 I wish to see the feet. And it's like, both extremes are really funny to me. Because I'm just like, it's just feet. They're just there. They're very important for functionality and the ability to walk. But like, I just think it's so funny. Both extremes are really funny to me. Because yeah, like I said, some people are very over the top. Man, let me tell you. I think it was on Wednesday. It wasn't even that long ago. I remember I was checking my VODs on Twitch because I had to update one of them because I accidentally forgot to update the stream information before I started streaming, or before I like actually started doing stuff. Excuse me. And probably I think also some people hate feet because there's a general lack of hygiene surrounding feet. So like a lot of people tend to just view all feet as gross. So yeah, there's multiple reasons for the general like disgust around feet. But oh, I was talking about my Twitch VODs, but yeah, I was updating the one from Wednesday because of the mistakes I found. And I actually noticed that one of my previous VODs from a couple weeks ago, it had muted audio, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is part of my audio muted? And it was because Materia was like, Hey, you used one of Undertale's songs, so fuck you. We're muting 3 minutes of your VOD. It was really rude. And it was for Sans. It was for the song Sans. Like, this hasn't happened before. The last time I had part of my part of my VOD audio muted was, I think when I played Bugsnax. But it was understandable. Like, I already knew that was gonna happen. Because, the credits song is copywritten. And you can't really play it publicly. On stream or anything. So I already knew that was gonna happen. I was like, yeah, it's understandable. But really? Sans? What did he do? Free him! He has been put in copyright jail. Sans Undertale is in copyright prison. Free my man, he did nothing wrong. This chibi isn't as good, in my opinion. I'll probably find like a healthy balance. I'll probably practice a little bit off stream as well. The main reason why I wanted to practice drawing chibis is because this is really good for like making emotes. Well, as long as you don't define your entire personality on liking feet, then you'll be totally fine here. Oh jeez, I just thought about something. I'm gonna be known as like the feet VTuber, aren't I? I have very neutral opinions on feet, but my VTuber is barefoot. I don't want to be known as the feet tuber. No. No. I just don't like wearing shoes. I'm not a feet tuber, I swear. It's funny to joke about though. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad I'm finally starting to do more stream-related stuff on other platforms. It feels very nice. It feels more integrated. Because, like, I am trying to put a lot of effort into my stream stuff. You don't know what I tried to make this look like? You know the whole, like, Ralsei smoking a doobie image? That's what I was trying to do, that whole pose. Don't get me banned, please. Don't get me banned. Don't get me banned. That one. The doobie. Ralsei from Deltarune. Oh, really? That's nice to know. Yeah, Ralsei smoking a big blunt. It's a very funny image, but it's actually a trace over of an image of Mario, one of the Mario 64 assets, of him smoking a blunt. So that's the origin of that drawing of Ralsei smoking a blunt. It's very funny. I love that image. So that's what I was trying to do. Just that pose by memory. There's a part of my brain that wants to make this more anatomically accurate, but I need to make the body tiny. I need to not do that. Pothead VTuber. I sometimes dabble in substances, but I'm always sober on stream. I usually just sit around and chill when I have a little bit of the wacky tobacco. But like I don't have it very often, like maybe every once in a while. Like there will be times where I go like several months without touching it. Like it's just like a fun little recreational thing every once in a while. No feet drawings for you. I think the whole feet thing with the internet had definitely hit its peak with content creators having to actually censor their feet when editing videos. Like you could tell that sometimes it's a joke, but sometimes it's serious. Like some people genuinely have to do that to avoid creeps, and I feel bad whenever that happens. But I personally probably wouldn't do that because I don't really care. Besides, my VTuber is usually barefoot. So, yeah. It is what it is. Okay, so this chibi isn't as bad as before, but I definitely need to work on developing my own chibi style. Because I'm so used to drawing things more anatomically accurate, like this, but like... This is, like, challenging, actually. But the thing about, drawing anything that, like, goes against anatomical accuracy is that it's very important to... It's very important to understand anatomy before you can start breaking it. Because, like, otherwise, it just won't be a very... It won't be a seamless transition. Like these are pretty nice, because, like, they're still fairly accurate. Yeah, I usually tend to go without socks or anything, but, I deal with some mild skin issues. I deal with dry skin pretty regularly, so... I'd probably try to hide them anyway, just because I don't want people to see the dry skin. Or like, my feet being weird because of my blood flow problems. I deal with blood flow issues, so my feet tend to look red or purple. And like, they're totally fine, but like, they don't look very nice. But I've been working on like doing hot compresses to make them less red. They're not like that whenever I'm like laying down or anything, but I don't know. I have shitty blood flow because I have very low blood pressure. It's just one of those. I think it's just one of those hypermobility things because I just deal with poor blood flow in my extremities. So I also have really cold hands, but it doesn't affect my hands as bad as my feet. It's not as bad as it used to be, I will say that much. Because, like, there was a time where I could only stand for, like, 15 minutes at a time. Because if I stood for too long, then, like, my feet would start to swell. It was very awful. So, like, I can stand for much longer now. But my feet still have that unpleasant color to them. I can't do that. Honestly, I don't even think I would pass, like, the like, inspections or anything like that. They'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with your joints? And then they'd be like, go home! You can't go here! Did you know that about, I think, like, I don't remember if it's 70%, 72%, or 77%, but over 70% of Americans can't actually enlist in the military for health reasons. Like, a vast majority of people, even though the United States is known for just having a giant military, upwards of 70% of US citizens cannot enlist because of health reasons. That is bonkers. Because the thing is that we're seeing like an influx of like the effects of poor choices from like companies and government choices and stuff like that. We are seeing things fall apart in real time because of these things. Like you're seeing it in like airlines, you're seeing it in house infrastructure. Pretty much since COVID hit, things have been falling apart. And like it's easy to just be like, everything's fine, but it's not. Oh no, I haven't heard that, but that's crazy. Uh-oh. I will say there have been a few times where the American education system has even failed me. Not like that, but like there have been times where it's like there are certain things that I find out on my own, either through my own research or through someone stating something on the internet and then me checking its credibility. And it's like, what the fuck? Why didn't I learn this? It's crazy. Like here's a good example of an embarrassing moment for me. There is I listen to very particularly niche music genres, and I'm not talking like quote unquote niche like Weezer. I'm talking like super niche like J-core. I knew about that one, but there was this song that I used to listen to by DJ Technorch. It's Gothic System 2011. It's specifically the 2011 version. It has a particular audio clip in it, and I didn't know its origin. But my dad did, and he was like, hey, what the fuck? Do you know what that is? And I was like, no. And he was like, that is blah blah blah. I'm not going to say it on stream because of what it is, but I'll give you a hint. It pertains to World War II. And I was like, what? And he was like, you seriously didn't know that? They don't show you that kind of stuff in school? And I was like, no. And this was back when I was like 16 or 17. And yeah, he was like, dude, no. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I felt so bad. So anyway, I don't listen to that song anymore. I don't even really listen to DJ Technorch anymore anyway. But I will say DJ Technorch is a huge pioneer in like the techno scene, like Gabba Hop, Gabber, just techno in general. Like he's been making music since 2003. And he's currently going through composer rehab. But yeah, like that's the one song with like a really like notably bad bit of audio in it that I know of. But I had no idea, because I love Gothic System. It's a good song. But yeah, 2011, Gothic System 2011 is a no-no. Gothic System and Gothic System 2003 are pretty much in the clear though, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's the thing about those super niche genres, especially like speedcore and stuff. Like sometimes music artists just use really fucked up audio. Yeah, that's something that doesn't really get taught, especially in American school systems. I don't know about anywhere else, but yeah. Like the pink triangle, that's where that came from. Pretty much any minority. Or like, I think even if like they didn't like you, they're just like, fuck you. You're going here now. You're going in here and we're gonna study you and or just get rid of you. It's like, goddamn. So thankfully I did learn a decent amount about those events in my high school. But I know that I could have learned more, because there were still several things that I had to learn on my own about these things. that were not taught to me in my world history classes. In fact, did you know that that is where the term Asperger's originates from? I mean, it's becoming much more popular, or much more well-known knowledge now that Asperger's syndrome is just literally just socially acceptable autism, and that term literally came from the you-know-whos. Yeah, it's much more common knowledge now, but there is still a lot of people who don't know that. Yeah, Mr. Hans Asperger. It was like, good enough. Here, we'll give you a special label just because you're just good enough that you can just do regular things. Yeah. So much research was lost too. Especially in regards to like queer studies. So much was lost. Like that was one of the biggest losses in the book burnings, was the sheer amount of like queer and trans related studies. Because like really there were like 2 major like cultural extinction events for queer people, and it was the book burnings and the you-know-what, as well as the AIDS epidemic. That one's a lot more well known since it's much more recent and much better covered, because that was around the time that journalism and news coverage became better. But yeah, there was a huge loss during World War II as well, and that is not nearly as well known. Yeah. And we're currently experiencing something similar here in the US with the book bans, which is crazy. Because like, there's so many books, like even books that I have read that I had to read in middle school and high school that have been just completely banned from a lot of places, or even on the national level. Like banned from public schools completely, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, what's it called? To Catch a Mockingbird. That's what it's called, right? That one book. I read that in 7th grade. And, I think around the time I graduated from high school, it was put on the banned books list, which was insane. And I remember hearing about Fahrenheit 451. I have not read that one because it was banned. It's not just the South. It is mostly the South, but it isn't just the South. It's pretty much in the entire country. Pretty crazy. But, yeah, I've been, every once in a while I think about the books that I did read that were banned, and then the books that I haven't read that were banned. And I just, like, you can't do that. You can't just take away those resources. 'Cause, well, I know why they do it. It's pretty obvious. It's about having power and control. That is the main reason for controlling knowledge, is to control power, because knowledge is power. Some people are like, oh, that's such a nerd thing to say, but it's true. Knowledge is power. If you don't have the knowledge, then you won't be able to really understand certain things. And there will be cases where you don't really understand, like, if someone's doing something wrong or not. Like, there have been times where, like, I didn't quite understand something, but once I, like, took the time to learn more about it on my own, then, like, I understood. I knew what to do and what to believe. There is the classic saying of, you learn something new every day. It's a very important saying to keep in mind. Because, like, I learned that there's an influx of scam bots on Twitter for VTubers. And thankfully, I'm immune because I don't have any plans on commissioning anybody anyway. I plan on making all of my assets myself, as I already have. Maybe one day I'll commission people, but, like, it was weird, and, like, I had a feeling it was something scammy because artists don't reach out to potential commissioners. Commissioners reach out to artists. So, like, somebody hopping in your DMs being all like, hey, could you commission me, please? That's kind of weird. I've never seen an actual person do that. Yeah. It's wild. Let's see. What else can I do? More chibis. Ooh. You know, before stream, I was messing with my drawing tablet. Ooh, yeah, that was something that I had to deal with and unlearn, was the teachings about the Civil War. That was a huge one. I was misinformed on that as well, but only partially. Because I did have several teachers that were like, by the way, it was about slavery. It wasn't actually about states' rights. But yeah, it was pretty difficult. I remember like being taught as early as like whenever I was like, I think I was like 6 or 7. My age was in like the single digits, and I thought it was called the Silver War because I had never heard the term civil before. So anytime my teacher said it, I was like, the Silver War. What a cool name. That is one of my biggest memories about that. But I remember I was really small, so we weren't taught anything super particular about it. I think I remember it. They were like, "Oh, it's about slavery," and there was a lot of fighting going on. It was the Silver War. Yeah. Why I don't understand people who are like, "It's my heritage." Like, no, it isn't. My niece is older than the Confederate States. And she is quite young. She is very small. Like, what heritage? What are you talking about? Some people are crazy. Like, the Confederate States didn't even last for a decade. Pretty sure it was only around for like maybe 5-ish years. Let me check actually. I want to check that. Just to know for sure. How long did the Confederacy last? Oh my goodness! Oh my god! It is even shorter than that. It was 4 years and barely 4 years. Yeah! It was shorter than My Little Pony. It was shorter than Steven Universe. It was shorter than My Hero Academia. The Confederacy is younger than both of my nibblings. And I mentioned my niece in particular because she's the younger of the two. Because I have a niece and a nephew. So I call them my nibblings, because it's just easier to group them together like that when talking about them. But yeah, that's crazy! I don't even know if it like lasted the amount of time you spend in like high school. Yeah, February 8th, 1861 to May 9th, 1865. So not even as long as like the standard amount of time you spend in high school. Like it's really kind of funny. And people are like, this is my heritage. What heritage? I can guarantee you there are many other things that would be more accurate as your heritage than the fucking Confederacy. And I remember like one of the more notable things that we learned in one of my American history classes was the fact that like I think they only had like maybe 1 or 2 presidents, and presidents in quotation marks, because I don't even think they were actual presidents even under the Confederacy. I think they were just like self-proclaimed or something. I know there was one guy in particular, but that's about it. Yeah. Big things about the US is control and incarceration. Cause like you'll sometimes hear people say that like slavery is still a thing, and it's true. It's true. I'm pretty sure the United States has one of the highest incarceration rates out of any country in the world. So yeah, it's true. Crazy. Like some people are like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. It was abolished. Not really. Oh yeah, I don't allow links for safety. Just for safety reasons. Because like I know that some links can be dangerous for like malware and stuff. So I just don't place links. I just don't allow links for safety. Yeah, don't worry. If you send a link and like it does that, you're not in trouble. Because like it's not a super clear thing. Actually, let me check my chat rules. Should be able to see it. Because I should have a rule listed that says like links aren't allowed for safety. But like that's such like it's one of those things where like it's easy to forget that that's a thing. I know some people allow links, but yeah, I just don't want to allow links for the sake of keeping people safe in chat. What? Hold on. I don't even know what that is. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Alright, I'll have to watch that later. The Confederacy was bad. Alright, I have that open on my browser. I'll watch that after stream. But for now, back to the Chibis. You know, I may be an American, but I'm actually a first generation Scottish American. I just wanna get things done on stream. But yeah, I'm first generation Scottish American. My mom's from Scotland. She doesn't have the accent anymore, mostly because she came to the US whenever she was like 12, I think. But I also have some roots in Poland. There's a lot that I just don't have access to because of, you know, World War II happened. A little fun fact is that I'm actually supposed to be Jewish. I'm not, because history is a thing. And just in general, that kind of stuff was lost. And actually, I didn't find any of this out until I was like, say I was probably like 17 or 18. And my sister didn't find out until later. Actually, it was 21 whenever she found out. So she was like 27, 28. Was she 27? Yeah, she was 27. Yeah. It's a loss of religion and a loss of culture. And just a heads up, since I mentioned the fact that I have Jewish heritage, I fully and unconditionally support Palestine. And if you don't, then I would recommend you just leave. Because I want to make sure that being Jewish is not synonymous with being a Zionist. I want to make sure everyone understands that. And I hope that my stream doesn't get, like, fucked up because I just mentioned Palestine. But I've been doing plenty of my own research in this whole thing. I'd taken my time to learn, and yes, I stand with Palestine. Because, like, some people unfortunately assume if you're Jewish, you support Israel. Or, like, if you have Jewish heritage, you support Israel. And that otherwise you're anti-Semitic. But the thing is that most people don't really understand this, but Israel is not like a religiously led nation. I'm pretty sure it's nationalist in its government. And in fact, a lot of Jews do not stand with Israel at all. Especially since, like, the whole deal with Palestine has actually been going on for decades. And a lot of people don't actually know that either. It's been going on pretty much since the 70s. And, like, it's just now finally hit its peak, both in news coverage and severity. But that is all I will be saying on that. I would like to move on from this for now, both for the sake of keeping the peace and for general just safety. As, like, just talking about this kind of situation, talking about this recent event, is just dangerous in general, regardless of your point of view. It's dangerous for your, like, for everything. So yeah. Alright. No more messages about this. For general safety. I'm doing the little cutoff right now. Let's move on to something else. So, I'm excited about my anniversary in May. I'm pretty freaking excited about it. So I've been working on a lot of things, and I'm hoping to finish up. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think from here on out I'll probably make it a rule to not talk about controversial things like religion and politics from here on out. And like I am personally like totally fine with that for the most part. However, not everybody else is. This isn't just about me. I think I might make a new chat rule so the talk of religion and politics is no longer allowed, just for the sake of safety. Just like the fact that links aren't allowed, I will integrate that into my chat rules for safety. Yeah, I'm like, I lean on the atheistic side, but I'm more agnostic. I'm pretty open to a lot of things though. Because I like to learn. I'd like to take the opportunity to learn things. And that's just how I am. But anyway, is anybody else excited about my 1-year stream anniversary in May? On May 15th? I'm very excited. That'll be a super big day. I'll be doing a lot of stuff that day. It's super exciting. And we're gonna learn, speaking of how fun learning can be, we're gonna learn about how far I've come from when I first started streaming. I do. I have a lot of things planned, and I've been working my butt off preparing. That's why I'm taking next week off so I can continue working on it. No feet reveal. No, we'll be doing like a look at, like, we'll be doing like a throwback. I'll be looking at some of my first streams. I'll probably pick like a few specific streams to look at as like a, this is how things used to be and I have since improved upon what I already do. Oh. Yeah, I've got stream elements now, so there are other commands that you guys can do. Wow, it's been almost 2 months. Let's fucking go! Wow, look at that! That's a really neat feature. I like that, that's cool. For anybody watching the VOD on YouTube, I have it to where bot commands don't show up on the screen. On the screen chat display, just for the sake of avoiding clutter. And so, Bot and Vinol were looking at their follow ages for how long they've been following me. Yeah, I have 2 YouTube channels. I have my main and my VODs channel. They're linked in my link tree. Is your keyboard messing with you? Chibs. More chibis. Your mind is messing with you. Oh no! Yeah, I think today will be the last day where the talk about religion and politics will be allowed. Just for the sake of, like, avoiding making other people uncomfortable. Because I like talking about this kind of stuff. I think it's fun, and it's a wonderful, like, engaging opportunity to, like, learn about other people's perspectives on stuff. But I know that some people are like, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to see this, I'm out. And I understand that too, so yeah. Besides, my main focus is on entertainment and just providing a comfortable space. Nah, that was last week. We talked about religion for quite some time. That was a very good, engaging discussion. But yeah, gaining knowledge of religion and cultures is in general is neat. It is neat, but some people just like have a general, like, blanket strange response. And besides, it may get to a point where people may be mean to me about it, and I don't know if I have the I don't know if I have the energy to deal with that kind of thing. So yeah. It's also for my own just mental health and well-being. Yeah, I like learning about it in like a more secure space. Like a classroom or like on in articles and stuff. But a stream chat isn't a very reliable place to learn about that kind of stuff anyway. But I like to be like, hey, there's this cool thing that you can do your own research on. Like, I might sometimes bring up a thing or two, like, hey, you should look this up. It's pretty neat. And that's not even related to religion or politics. It's like even like with art. Oh man. Yeah, that's one of those things where like I wish I could go back in time and see it. Yeah, like the holidays. Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I want to look up to see. Because I looked it up, but I didn't look at like how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Oh, it's not listed in here. Yeah, it's fun sharing things. How the fuck do you pronounce this? I don't want to butcher it, but I want to try pronouncing it. Because like the little accent marks, I don't think they function quite like accent marks in Spanish. Because it's Hungarian. You can look up pronunciation. There it is. Tell me how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Oh, Busoyaras. Cool. Busoyaras. I had a feeling that the J had an interesting sound. Yeah, Busoyaras. So it's close to what I was thinking, but I didn't want to like be real bad about it. So yeah, Busoyaras. Busoyaras. I don't know. That's probably as close as I can get. There's always an issue of like the muscle memory with your mouth and trying to pronounce foreign words. There were like that's why accents are a thing. Especially with people who are speaking in a language other than their native language. Yeah, Busoyaras. Oh, no, that's not the right sound. Busoyaras. It's cool. Busoyaras. That's cool. I don't know if there's any like exclusive American holidays. I don't think there is. Most holidays here in the United States are like very commercially heavy. Well, Canada also has a Thanksgiving, and oh, I know an American holiday, Indigenous Peoples Day. I thought Halloween was in multiple countries though. But Indigenous Peoples Day is it's pretty much what's replacing Thanksgiving, which is a good time. Yeah, American Independence Day. I'm not talking about like big culture heavy holidays, but Indigenous Peoples Day would probably be the best one. I know that Black History Month is fairly American. Yeah, Indigenous Peoples Day as a more recent holiday. Indigenous Peoples Day. Yeah, it celebrates and honors American indigenous cultures. Is October 14th this year. It doesn't really have like a set day yet, but it's replacing Columbus Day. That was the like American exclusive holiday, was Columbus Day, but yeah, it's been replaced by Indigenous Peoples Day, which is wonderful. But it's still like coming into popularity. It's still a fairly new holiday. Oh wow, actually, it's not as new as I thought. The discussion started back in 1977. Interesting. I think my favorite way of drawing like a quote-unquote chibi is like a little armless body that I've been doing sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, that bitch. Gosh, I remember being in like elementary school and people being like, "It's Christopher Columbus, he found America, isn't that cool?" And me being an impressionable child, I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." It wasn't cool. It actually wasn't cool. But I was just following what I was being told. Like my age was in the singular digits. Yeah, I didn't even find it. Yeah, actually showed up in like the Caribbean. And yeah, he's given a lot of credit for a lot of things. But like, yeah, no. Batman. He was lost. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he pretty much passed away in obscurity for his time. But then for some reason, his popularity spiked a while after his death. And I'm not even sure why or how. He was not respected when he was alive. They were like, "What's up with this idiot?" He was like, "Can I go? Can I go try to find India?" And they were like, "No, no. Okay, fine." And then he went. The history of the entire world, that video covers it pretty accurately. There we go. Look at that chibi. I like drawing this. This is fun. Like my Valentine's post. I drew some silly chibis for that. Like this. Look at that. Cute. Chibi. Yeah! Yeah, I honestly forgot about that. I forgot about Amerigo. And that's where the name for the both continents came from. Was Mr. Amerigo. Let's see, what other style? I was like, this isn't really chibi, but it's like chibi-esque. That's why I only did part of the body. Just you sitting there taking notes like, yeah, yeah. Oh shit, there's art on the screen. Let's see, I think I'll draw one more, but I don't know how I'm gonna style it. Cause like I mostly just wanted to see what I could do. I don't think I'll color these in. Just cause like I don't know if I have the energy for that today. I'd like to start my spring break. But let me think. What other style of chibi could I do? Ah! I know what I can do. There's a little asset that I have. Let's see. I don't know if it's in this folder or not. No, I don't think it is. Let's see. Where are you? This little thing. Like this. This is something I made. Just for fun. This was like early in my streams that I made this silly little dancing thing. It's actually an emote in my server. It's very silly. I've been thinking about making a new one. I plan on making a lot of new things for the anniversary. The silly. Yeah, that was like, I made that little gif, the little animation, a while before I changed my general style. So it's a little outdated. Like, a lot of my emotes are fairly outdated. That's why I haven't made any in a while. But I do have plans on making new ones. Like, this one's my favorite. This one's so goofy. It's so silly. I love it so much. This is my favorite one that I've made. So I think whenever I replace all my emotes that I've already made, I'll probably just trace over this one because it's really good. It's just like, what do you mean? What do you mean, no pickles? What do you mean? Like, yeah, the freaking wobbly sound effect. Actually, hold on. I can make that sound right now. It's just so fucking wobbly sound effect. Like, that's exactly what that is. It's just a little, like, wobbly sound effect. Like, that's the manifestation of anxiety. I'm just not even putting any effort into this. That's what made the original so good, was because I put like no effort into it. Bro has them hands. Oof. You know, I've been thinking about doing a drawing stream where I use my non-dominant hand. And I've been thinking about it because I kind of wanted to do that today, but I decided not to because I just wanted to practice chibis. For the sake of, like, that's something I need to practice doing. But like in the future, I want to do a drawing stream where like I just use my non-dominant hand and I want to see what it's like. Cuz I'm left-handed. That's why I'm sure you've noticed with my PNG tuber that I draw with my left hand. So I think what I'll do is for that stream, I'll flip the display for my PNG tuber. That's like, surprise, I'm doing something different today. I wonder if you can tell. This makes me think of like all those funny little perspective practice posts that have been going around on Twitter. You know what? I'll color this a little bit. I might not shade it though. Oh, that'd be a little too much effort, because I think you can only change your name every 14 days on Twitch. But it'd be funny. It would be very funny. I just flip all of my assets and confuse the shit out of everybody. Just be like, what the fuck is going on? It'd be a very, very funny idea, but I'd have to prepare for that ahead of time. Oopsie. I accidentally hit the button on my pen. I've been thinking about getting a new drawing tablet, because the one that I have is a very, very cheap and old XP Pen tablet. And I love XP Pen. Their products have increased in quality tremendously since I got my little dinky tablet. Like, this was like $20. That's how cheap this tablet was. And it doesn't have a screen, so I have to really... Having a tablet with no screen is good for hand-eye coordination, but it's not always easy. But I've been thinking about getting a new one. I think it would be very helpful. I think it would be very useful. It would just improve the quality of my drawing streams altogether. Because, like, I don't do anything too particularly serious for drawing streams. Specifically because of the fact that I have to rely on my hand-eye coordination so much. And the fact that my drawing tablet is pretty old. But I was thinking about getting one with a screen. I think it would be nice. And XP Pen is known for being very affordable. I think it would be very nice. But I don't know where I would put it. I don't know what I would do with it, where I would put it and all that stuff. Might actually save up for it. See if I could get a really nice one. I think it'd be really cool. Might change my coffee goal. I don't really use coffee, but every once in a while I visit it and like do a mass update. But I don't accept commissions on it or anything. I've been thinking about using this different website that I've been hearing about that's fairly secure. Called, what was it called? Like VGen or something? Oh, I forgot to color in the body. Oopsie. Oh shit! No way! Wait, did it actually? Hold on. It did! No fucking way! Dude, I have this playlist on shuffle. And it went from Unexpectancy Part 1 to Part 2. How did I get that lucky? What the heck? That is insane. You know what? Let me turn off shuffle just to hit Part 3. There we go. And then we can turn shuffle back on. Because, like, you can't listen to just one part of Unexpectancy. You need to listen to all 3 parts together. had to pause for a moment whenever it just went straight to part 2 because I was like, wait a minute. My playlist is on shuffle. Well, it's not a playlist, it's just the album. I have Pizza Tower on shuffle. What? How did I get that? And I looked and yeah, it's just really, really good timing. It's just that good RNG. I don't know if I'd go that far with a reverse stream like that. I think just visually it would be effective enough. Because like, if I tried to do reverse speaking, then that would be a little difficult. And now that I'm thinking about it, reversing some of my assets would be a bit of a pain because then I'd have to relocate some of them if I reversed everything. But I could probably just save certain presets. I mean, I would need to look for that in OBS. Save like a reversed preset where everything is reversed. Yeah, I tend to switch between things every once in a while. But my main music playlist is all like roughly all the same. But there is like one wild card in my main music playlist. It's Internet Yamero. It's kind of like the other music I listen to, but since there's actual lyrics to it, it's like, whoa. There it is! I'm very much a surprise getting Internet Yamero when you're used to just hearing like grrrr, pop, 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 grrrr. Yeah, listen to some pretty crazy music. But Internet Yamero was like my top song on Spotify last year. I think tattoos are neat, but I actually don't have any. I know I've tricked you all into believing I have a tattoo on my thigh. But no. That's a VTuber exclusive. I've thought about getting this tattoo though, but the thing is that I'm very indecisive whenever it comes to very permanent things like that. So that's the main reason why I don't have any tattoos. But all of my family members are covered in tattoos. My parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, like everybody has tattoos. Everybody is just riddled with them. But me? I got nothing. Aww. I used to have a pretty severe phobia of needles, but now it's just kind of mild, like I get all wiggy if I have to get stuck, but that's because of the fact I kind of didn't have a choice on getting over my needle phobia because for a while I had to get like frequent blood tests done, so yeah. But I will say getting like vaccines and stuff is super easy. And you just sit there and you just brace for impact and then you're done. I think the shittiest part about getting a vaccine is that you might get sick. Oh yeah, I still get woozy from them, so yeah. I still do have the phobia, it's just not as bad as it used to be. I tend to get real wiggy and woozy. Damn. Yeah, I've had to get frequent blood testing done before, but not like every day, because that's dangerous. Because if they take too much blood, then like that could be very dangerous for your health and well-being. But I'm also a very small person, so I don't have as much blood volume as the standard person anyway. So yeah. It might be easier for some people, but for me specifically, it's not. And besides, getting blood tests regularly like that would be interesting because for some blood tests you need to fast and stuff. Well, good to know that it was small samples, because normally whenever I had to get blood tests done, it would be like multiple vials. I think the most vials I had to get done was like 5. Damn! Yeah, it's like once they get past 3 vials, it's like, whoa. They're taking a little too much there, and that feels so good. A little woozy. But I am proud to say I've never passed out before from getting my blood taken, but I've come very close. I've been very lightheaded. Like, I felt like I was gonna die. It was crazy. But thankfully, I've never had to worry about passing out. I don't think I've ever actually passed out before. Which is crazy, because like I've been in shock before. Twice. From being extremely sick. But I've never actually passed out. I'm just immune to passing out. I don't know why. It's so weird. I think the closest comparison to passing out that I have is like this one time I was so tired that like I blinked and I fell asleep. I was trying to watch something to put me to sleep, but I just blinked and I was out. But that's the closest I got. Never actually passed out. We already listened to this. I put shuffle back on so we could listen to all of Unexpectancy. Hell yeah. I love Pizza Tower's soundtrack. It's so good. And there's so many songs. Let's see. How long is this album? It's about 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's a pretty long album. I remember back when the game first came out, I was taking life drawing and I would like play the album on YouTube and do my work. Yeah, I don't like it when people are like, oh, you shouldn't be afraid. Oh, you shouldn't be XYZ. Like, shut up. Shut up. You don't get it. Like, shut up. Yes, I'm afraid. So what? I feel like a lot of people mistake being afraid of something with refusing to do something. Because, like, I'm afraid of centipedes, but if there is one, I'm still gonna try to get rid of it. And I'm mildly afraid of spiders, more particularly the small ones. But I'm still gonna try to like capture it and throw it out. Or I'll get my dad to take care of it, but it's like, it's very much one of those things where like, yes, I'm scared, but am I gonna do it anyway? Yes. Do it. But I'm scared. Then do it scared. Like the moment I read that Tumblr post, it was like, just do it. And someone replied like, but I'm scared. And then the person replied back, then do it scared. That was very important to me. Just like with that TikTok screenshot, that comment section with the guy that was like, it's gonna take 3 years, so why do it anyway? So I do it, and then the original poster replied that the time's gonna pass anyway. And that changed a lot for me as well. That was a big motivator for me for setting up my stream stuff before I even started. It's amazing how something as subtle as that can just completely change the way you view things. This one? Yeah, this one's pretty nice. This one's still my favorite just because it's silly. But yeah, this one's really good too. I'm real happy with my chibi practice. Even though this isn't really chibi, it's just the way I did the face. More simplified than chibi. But it's still good to practice. Yeah, this one's a little more accurate to how most people draw chibis. I recently, I think chibi in general just means like, it's made to be like small. Like something like made to be little. Cause like, sometimes, I think it's very much like just anything that's like small with a big head, like a mascot kind of. But I just remembered because of the fact that I'm using Spotify for the music. I just remembered someone pointing out that Spotify's shuffle is not very well designed and that it doesn't actually truly shuffle. And yeah, they're right. It doesn't really shuffle properly. Cause like, I have had multiple times where like I'll get multiple songs in a row that I've gotten before. And we've listened to this song already, but it's a good song, so I'm gonna keep it because I really like this song a lot. But yeah, the song before it was the song before it earlier, and I just did a new shuffle, so like, yeah. Spotify does not have a very well designed shuffle system. And don't get me started on that bullshit smart shuffle. I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, why did they even integrate that? It's really dumb. I only use Spotify because I'm part of my sister's family plan, and they have been for a very long time. I think since 2019. And being able to listen to music is very important to me. But most of my friends use YouTube Premium. You remember when it was called YouTube Red? And they had to change it because of voice recognition? And the fact that it constantly picked it up as YouTube Bread? It's crazy. Shit's crazy. Yeah, YouTube Red. That was like back whenever that was first introduced. Gosh, that was so long ago. What was that, like 2016? 2017? It was ages ago when YouTube Red was a thing. With like the first like YouTube Red originals and stuff, and then they changed the name from Red to Premium. Yeah, I'm pretty certain they changed it specifically for the fact that like it kept getting mixed up with YouTube Bread. No. Google Plus. I remember when Google Plus shut down. I remember I remember back when I was a Tumblr user. And remember at some point I was like, well, maybe I should use maybe I should give Google Plus a try. And then they were like, we're announcing it's shutting down. And I was like, fuck. Never mind then. And I didn't like Google Plus's format very much anyway. Won't even lie. I didn't like it very much. But I know a lot of people used it. And yeah, I remember Google Plus. Gosh, I never really got to use Google Plus, but I remember people on Tumblr sharing things from Google Plus. It was pretty interesting. Sometimes people would put some wild shit on there. That was a big thing I remember, but the internet was very much the Wild West back then. It's crazy. Putting a lot more effort into this than I thought I would. That's obviously not a bad thing, but like, it's kind of funny. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll color it, and then here I am, like, taking my time, making it look good. Here we go. I do enjoy doing this very much. It's very, very fun. Cause like, I know a big thing about a lot of artists that post on social media is that they'll be like, man, I fucking hate making shit and I hate posting shit because like blah 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 numbers. But like, that's your problem right there, is defining your art by the numbers. Defining the things you make by numbers. It's a very bad mindset to have in general when posting. It's just not healthy, and it's very stress inducing. But I also like the numbers, but I have a much more modest mindset about the numbers. Like, I see one person, I'm like, oh my god, that's a whole ass person here! Holy shit! I'm like, wow, hi person, I hope you like my stuff. Like, I get like all yippee mode. I'm all like, yay! People like my things. I don't know, I love sharing the things I make. Because sharing is my love language, and I just love sharing things, and I love sharing my work. It makes me happy. Gives me the good feels. Yeah, going for that number game has led to too many people to their downfall. Very, very true. I have seen it so many times. And like, the thing about just like making things for the sake of the number is that for some reason it also like leads to a lack of incentive. There's something ironic about it. Like, you will care about the number, but you're not willing to put in the work to improve the number. It's really interesting. And I know I have a little bit of luxury with that because I don't have any sort of monetary attachments to streaming just yet. So whenever I start, like, once money is involved, I'm sure I'll care a little more about the number, but like, I don't want it to like consume me. I don't want to only be focused on the number, because I am getting a degree in art, so there will be other things that I can pursue as like a side thing. Because I do really enjoy streaming very much. I like to just keep doing this. I think it's very enjoyable, very fun. And you know what's funny is that streaming has actually helped improve my mental health. And that's not something many people can say. But the reason why I say that is because it gave me schedule, it gave me structure whenever I had nothing else going on. And so streaming means a lot to me, and it makes me happy. Like, I think to myself, like, yay, I get to stream this thing today or tomorrow. Or like, oh, cool, there's this thing coming up that I'm gonna do. I'm so excited for it. It's just good. I like doing streaming stuff. Yeah. Yeah, just don't like think about it too much in terms of like stats and stuff. And like now I am putting a little more effort into putting my presence on other platforms and just like doing more stream stuff. But I'm not doing it with the intent of like, oh, if I do this I'll improve the number. No, I'm just doing it and like more people will see my stuff. Yeah, if you don't do it for the fun, then it ain't fun. Exactly. Like, here's a great example. I've thought about getting into speedrunning some games. I've thought about getting into speedruns. Or just doing, like, very specific types of playthroughs of things. But then I think to myself, like, but would I really enjoy that? And, like, sometimes the answer is maybe. So I've been thinking about giving some other things a try. Like, I've been thinking about getting into doing Lethal Company solo runs. But I won't have a timer yet. For the sake of, like, I'm really bad at the game. But I think it would be fun to try playing a bit of solo. I know most people watch Lethal Company for, like, the funny, but I think it would be nice to try some solo runs. Really emphasize the scary part of Lethal Company. Because, like, it's not nearly as spooky if you have friends, but it's pretty freaking scary if you're by yourself. But it's the same thing with a lot of other multiplayer horror games like Phasmophobia. It's pretty spooky if you're by yourself. But it's not as spooky if you're with friends, because then you can laugh at their demise. You can be like, haha, I got you. Look at you, silly. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah, that's just one of the many things I've been thinking about. Yeah, and besides, I feel like it'd be easier to do solo runs on stream, because then I would have you guys, I would have chat, and I would be able to just be like, protect me! I'm not alone! I'm not alone, I have you guys! It made me spooky, but I'm not alone. And then I get, like, mauled by a thumper, and everyone can laugh at me. I think it's fun though, because I've tried to do some solo runs off stream, just trying to practice that, and I can't even get to quota 2. I am really bad at solo runs. I have very, very poor luck when it comes to doing that. Well, actually I can get to, like, actually I do get to quota 2, but I can't really finish quota 2. I think it would be fun. I think a lot of people... I think more people would enjoy it than I'm probably convincing myself. Because, like, the whole concept of doing solo runs is really interesting. It is really hard, so just seeing people demonstrate that level of skill is real interesting. You don't use the loot bug Yippee mod, you're not my friend. We tried... I had played a session with some of my friends, and the Yippee mod was in our mod set, our mod pack, but it didn't work, and I don't know why. He wouldn't go Yippee. It was so sad. I don't know why that mod in particular didn't work, but there's a lot of mods that don't work right now with the current update. But that's just something that tends to happen anytime a game updates, is that some things just don't. They just can't function on a newer version. Like, I remember with the Skyrim update that came out of nowhere, like 90% of mods just stopped working. It was super strange. So, like, a lot of people were like, oh, it's an attack on the mod makers. It's an attack on the mod community. But honestly, I don't even know if that is actually the case, because, like, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't really use mods with Elder Scrolls games. I don't mod my Elder Scrolls games. Yeah, I've never modded Skyrim before, and I play Oblivion mod-free, which isn't a very common thing, because most people are like, oh, you gotta play it with mods. And I'm just sitting here like, but I like my vanilla game. I like my emotional support vanilla game. I think it's fun and enjoyable. And some people are like, wow, you play those games vanilla? You're so boring. It's like, no. Nuh-uh. Oh yeah, I haven't beaten Skyrim either, but I've seen my dad beat it. Yeah, there's a lot to discover in Oblivion. It's super nice. But I think I would like to finish up our Oblivion playthrough right before my second break before the anniversary. I will be taking another break the week before my anniversary. So like the first week of May, I won't stream then either. But that's mostly just to like make sure everything's all ready and stuff. And I think if I finish up my long play of Oblivion on the week before, I think that would be super nice. Go to the Greybeards. I lose interest in all the side missions from there. Yeah, I started doing a lot of main quest stuff. It was real. It was real fun, but like it's hard to get into the side quests once you do that. Why does it feel like it's dark outside? Hold on. What's the weather like outside right now? Oh, it's partly cloudy. I don't know. Ooh, jeez, yeah, go get some, go Mimir, go get some sleep. Well, thank you. Go eat. Enjoy your sleep. Man, it's the afternoon for me. It's always interesting being reminded that some people are just in different time zones. And it's a different time of day. For different people at different times. It's neat. Plasma. It's so crazy thinking about how the sun works because like there's constant like fusion reactions going on inside the sun. There's constant fusion reactions. And that's what's producing all of that insane heat and plasma. Real interesting. The sun is a deadly laser. Very much is a deadly laser, actually. Make sure to wear sunscreen if you're gonna spend a lot of time out in the sun. We may have an atmosphere, but the sun can still get to you. The sun's got hands, and it will get you if you're not prepared. Yeah, the UVAs and UVBs, even when it's cloudy, even if it's like snowing, you should still wear sunscreen because UVB rays can penetrate through clouds and stuff. Those are the ones that'll get to you. Those are the ones that'll sneak up on you and get you. And be like, haha, now you have sunburn. And then you're like, oh no, I don't have a sunburn. It was cloudy outside. The sun is a little sneaky sometimes. Ow, I hit my elbow. Thank goodness I'm not right-handed. I didn't hit my funny bone, but that still hurt. Oh man, we're almost done. I think I might do a little bit of shading, more specifically in the hair. I don't know. I'll definitely practice more chibi stuff. Ooh, I forgot to share a little update. I got some new... You should still wear sunscreen anyways. It doesn't matter how much melanin you have. You need to protect your skin. Protect your precious protective layer. Because you can still get melanomas and skin cancer. But I do know that like you're not as likely to get a sunburn as like me, for example, because I'm pasty as fuck. I'm just some pasty white person. Well, actually, my shoulders tan very well, but yeah, I am white with a capital W. I'm very pasty, and I'm a bit of a shut-in, so I'm pretty pale. But I always make sure to wear sunscreen, regardless of how much melanin you have in your skin, because the sun can still bite you. It can still get to you. It won't get to you as easily, but it can still get you. Oh, geez. Speaking of sunscreen, since summer is approaching, you try to bite back. Good luck with that. Speaking of the sun and sunburns, summer is gonna be approaching eventually. And I recently got a new swimmy suit. I'm very happy about it. Because, I'd say for like the past 7 or so years, for the past like 7 or so years, I've been wearing nothing but one pieces, but I've finally decided to purchase a 2-piece swimsuit after several years of not wearing any. And with my sewing expertise, I modified certain parts of it so it fit better. So I don't have to worry about like wardrobe malfunctions, because that was one of the main reasons I stopped wearing 2 pieces, is because you're more likely to deal with a wardrobe malfunction. And those are not fun. It's so embarrassing. I hate it when that happens, but I have a new... Are those even allowed anymore? Genuine question. Are those even a thing on Twitch anymore? Like, I know it's a joke, but now I'm like, I genuine question. Is that even allowed on Twitch anymore? Because I know it was a thing, but I think it was something that got, like, banned or something. Like, categories. Hot tub. Oh yeah, pools, hot tubs, and beaches. That is still a category. Interesting. Yeah, it's still a thing. But yeah, for now, that new swimsuit of mine I will only be wearing at home. Because we have a pool. But maybe one day I can wear it out in public at like a public pool or a water park or something. But probably not. Nah. No pool stream. Nah, I'll keep that stuff to myself. Besides, I feel like me in a two-piece would be too powerful for Twitch to handle. Yeah, we got very lucky with the timing and location of this house. We moved here in like 2019 and homes were very affordable. Homes of this quality were surprisingly affordable in this area when we moved. We had like perfect timing. But needless to say, if we or if I ever sell this home, there'll be lots of monies to be had. I think streaming in like a revealing swimsuit is like a bit, it's like, oh my on Twitch anyway. Like I would never be able to do that because I'm shy. I'm actually very shy. And besides, that's entering the territory of like, is this actually appropriate for this platform or no? I don't know. I'm so used to wearing modest swimsuits that my opinion on them is a little bit outdated. But hopefully as I get more comfortable, I might be more open to the idea of other people and swimsuit related streams. I know people like to push the bar anyway. Yeah, there's certain things I'm still shy about. Like I've been wanting to socialize with other streamers, but I'm extremely shy. And I don't even know how to like initiate that kind of thing. Cause like initiating conversations in person is becoming easier for me to understand how to do. But initiating conversations online is kind of scary. I guess that's one of the nice things about being the streamer is that like other people come to me. I don't have to go and initiate things with anybody else. Yeah, I remember my introduction to my main online friend group was somebody else DMing me, and we've been friends for like 6 years now. Crazy. So like there's definitely like an aspect of luck involved with socializing online. There's definitely like some big things related to that. I think one way I've been scheming and planning like how to strategically socialize with other VTubers like a total dweeb, and I've been thinking about just making some fan art for some of them, just being like, this is my contribution to you. Hello. Like if I have to initiate it, I'll probably like do fan art or something, because I think that would be easier. Me and my genius plans, me and my 5-head IQ. Like, I know how to start a conversation with a streamer. I can make them art, and then they'll notice me. And then I can say hello. I'm such a genius. I think this Chibi in particular is good for like silly shit posts. Like my Valentine's post that I made. That was very much like a silly shitpost type thing. Like here's the third one. Like look at this one. Like look at that. It's so silly, and it was so quick and easy to draw. Yeah, I get that. It's a bit difficult sometimes whenever there's mental health and neurodivergence involved. But sometimes you gotta just like learn like what you can and can't do. And sometimes it's still hard even with figuring that out. Like, it's hard for me because of, like, obviously, like, social cues and, like, unspoken social rules, but I've gotten better with that. And I usually am very clear about, like, those kinds of things. Like, if I don't understand something, I'm like, hey, could you elaborate, please? Finger pointing emoji. And, there are times where I always make sure to clarify, like, if I'm having a discussion, sometimes I'm like, oh, by the way, this is not intended to be an argument. I just like discussing things a lot. Because sometimes discussions can be misperceived as arguments. And I understand why, because, like, a big part of having discussion is, like, having that sometimes you'll have, like, different beliefs and perspectives. So I always try to make it clear, like, hey, I'm not trying to, like, attack you or be an asshole or change your mind. I just like discussing things because I think it's fun and it's a wonderful learning opportunity. And I know some people don't quite get that, so I usually make my intentions clear. But I've been told by my friends that I have a very understanding perspective on things. I'm very open to things, and I'm very easy to talk to because of that. I'm always open to things. I'm open to different sides, and I'm open to listening. The Chibis! You know what? I will shade the hair a little bit. Oh fuck, that's the wrong layer. It's like, why does it look like that? It's because it's on the wrong layer. Oh, it's my favorite song. I love this song so much. So good. Oof. Damn. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot to struggle with. But you seem pretty chill in chat. I'm sure having the chat rules helps a little bit with regulating those things, though. It's boundaries, baby! It's always good to make those things clear. There we go, look at that. The shading really distinguished those shapes better. Chibis. There we go. I like this. I like this in Sicily. Yeah, I understand that. It can be a little embarrassing to ask. I've had moments like that too. But like, I don't know. I've hit this point where like I just like try to get over that and ask anyway. But and it took a lot of courage to get to that point. Like, it might just take you a little bit of time to be able to muster up the courage to be able to ask that kind of question. Because sometimes you just gotta, like, type it out and just, like, just be like, I don't want to ask this, but I need to. Fuck it, and hit send. Like with emails, it can be really, like, nerve-wracking sometimes. I don't know. I don't even know how I managed to get to this point, honestly. I just try to be a bit helpful. A bit boy. I love this song, it's so silly. Why is this song on the soundtrack? Because, like, it's not in the game. And there are a few songs in the soundtrack that are, like, from the demo builds, but, when in the demo build was this song implemented? It's just one of those things where it's like, where does this play a role in Pizza Tower? Where's this song in the soundtrack? It's so strange. Oof. Yeah, I've done that before. Like, I remember there was someone from my friend's in-person friend group added to the group chat, and I just kind of sat there for a moment like, oh, there's a new person. What do I do? I don't want to make a bad first impression. But things have gone pretty well since then. I was very nervous at first, but I was just like, hello, hi, hello, and then, like, it just over time, like, it got a bit easier. I feel like it's easier if you're, like, in a group chat to be introduced to new people, because it's like, when it's just, like, you and the person you're DMing, it's like, ugh. But, like, if you're in a group chat, then, like, you've got some support with just your friends existing as well. Oof. Oh man, and that reminds me, socializing is just harder now in general because, you know, COVID was a thing, or is still a thing, and it fucked up everybody's socialization skills. It's just hard to socialize in general. But I don't know what happened, but I managed to just figure out that I'm actually quite extroverted and I like socializing. And I'm better at socializing than a lot of people, and that's something I take a lot of pride in. So I may be bad, but I'm not the worst. So you may also be bad at socializing, but I'm pretty sure you're not the worst at socializing. Yeah, I understand that fear as well. I used to have that big fear a lot as well. But, like, sometimes that fear is actually because somebody that you do talk to is a little bit not very healthy in the way they handle conversations. But not always. Not always. Sometimes it is literally just a general fear. Yeah, I'm a bit unhinged too, but I guess that's why I got into streaming. Because, like, depending on, like, how you utilize that unhinged behavior. It can be a wonderful tool. Sometimes you gotta learn to take your skills and learn how to use them to your advantage. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Almost done. Just a little bit more. I love how it went from like, oh, I'm just gonna sketch some chibis to, oh, I'm just gonna color them but I won't shade them, and now I'm shading them. But I know for sure I won't clean up the lines because I'm getting hungry and I'd like to end stream soon. Go eat some foods. I forgot to shade this one. Yeah, Spotify's shuffle is shit, actually. Yes! Wednesdays! This one's the best one. Alright. Time for the signature highlights. The good shit. Actually forgot to do this part. I think I decided to actually shade because some of these lines are extremely thin. So shading things in helps avoid any sort of muddling. Avoids the colors from getting too like blended in. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Didn't do much shading on this one, but look at that! We're done! We're done already. Nice. I love these, these are cute. I'll save that and export it. Chibis. 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 Why did I grab my markers? Oh, that's right. I wanted to say, I bought some new markers. I got some Ohuhus. And they're super good. Got some new ones. So, I may start making some traditional pieces. I already made one, but it has anniversary spoilers, so I can't share it yet. But maybe soon. Maybe I can share it soon. Not as like a teaser or anything. I'm gonna skip this song. And this one too. Ooh. We already listened to this song, but I don't care. This one's nice. But yeah. I won't be streaming next week. Hold on, let me move my microphone. I won't be streaming next week, so this is the last time I will be live for like a little while. I will put my Twitch into vacation mode, so anything you see for next week will be gone. And then I will also be changing my Wednesday game because we're done with Cult of the Lamb for now. It's always a for now kind of thing. Like, I don't really, I just kind of do, I tend to do playthroughs very similarly to like old school Let's Plays. But that might change a little bit. I like doing regular Let's Plays of like, finding a game and then like playing through it. Just being like, look at this. Oh, this is so interesting. And then giving my thoughts on it. It's fun sharing that experience. But, I don't know. You can't stick with one formula for too long. Especially with ADHD, because like, then you'll get burnt out. So it's nice having variety. That's why I tend to do multiple things within a week. I don't just focus on one specific thing. Because then I'll start despising it. And that's what happened with Astroneer. And earlier in my streaming career. It was not very pleasant. But I'm excited to work on more anniversary stuff. Next week might be a little quiet, but I'll try to at least post regularly on my other platforms. But it's nice. I'm glad I was able to do this little chibi practice. I'm satisfied with my results. Just seeing what all I can do and how to do it. It was fun. But anyway, I won't be seeing you next week. I'll be seeing you the week after. Anyway, thank you so much for visiting. I hope you have a great day, and as always, farewell.